Welcome back to Tactical Dog Training. While being mobile as a unit with your canine might not be in everybody's interest, if you're preparing for an escape and evade situation or maybe survival egress, you will need to be able to move with your dogs as a unit. Today I'm going to share with you how Hunter and I have been training, moving in a unit, just doing mobility and basic obedience, and our progression on our last episode of Tactical Dog Obedience. I'm Clarice, welcome to the Live Ready channel. Yeah, good, very good. You want a treat for that? Cleaning your face. So when I talk about tactical dog mobility, what I'm referring to is you and your canine being able to move as a unit and work as a team. And the foundation of that is obedience, and building on the foundation of that is the two of you being able to move together, despite the distractions that are around. And this really is a basics video. I'm showing you the progression. I'm not showing you the finished product. I'm literally sharing with you what our process has been. So you'll see a lot of the stuff that we do is not fine-tuned yet, it's not perfect yet, but it also shows you that there is a process. So why would a civilian like myself want a dog to be able to move with me? So a bit about my background. I've been held at gunpoint twice before. I am the lucky winner of a diagnosis of PTSD, and so maybe the hypervigilance is what makes me do this. What happens from practical experience is you end up being held up somewhere or something happens, and it was in my home twice before in the middle of the night, and what ends up happening is you need to find a way out of the house eventually, because whoever was holding you as a hostage or as a prisoner, eventually they move off, they leave, and most of the time they don't tell you we're leaving now. What they'll do is they'll close you up in a bedroom, you'll tie it up maybe on the bed or maybe on the floor, and then you kind of have to play a little guessing game of have they gone or have they not. And now you need to find a way out of the house to go and call for help, because the phone lines are cut, the alarm system is cut, and you've got zero contact with the outside world. So for me, I'm probably never going to need to clear a room from a tactical perspective. Most likely it would be me moving out of the house in a sort of emergency evacuation kind of format. And you might say, well, what are the chances that lightning strikes 3 times? I don't know, but I'd rather be prepared for it than not. So I'm going to share with you what we've been doing. We've been working a bit inside the house. We've been working a bit outside the house. I like to bring Hunter to places like this. This is an old abandoned building, or a couple of old abandoned buildings up in the mountains. It's an unfamiliar environment. It kind of distracts him a little bit, and it teaches him that it doesn't matter where we go. The same rules always apply. And then at the end of this video, I just want to do a little discussion about harnesses in particular. When I do start a training session with him, I like to just do a recap of everything that we've done in the previous training session. Good boy. Good boy. Up. Yes. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just reinforcing our previous training, and just to make sure that he remembers what we've done. And it also gives him a little bit of motivation, like I know what to do already, you know. So that kind of thing. Good. Wait. You got this right quite well now. Seems to be a little lazy today anyway, so what I'll do is I'll just get him a little bit awake. On me. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Hunter, sit. Okay, let's try that again. On me. Good. Sit. Good. Very good. Heel. Good. And then what we've added in the interim is center. 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 Good. Let's try that again. Heel. Good boy. Try this. Center. Good. Sit. Good boy. I've been teaching him mobility predominantly in center heel. The reason why is, come forward. Good. Sit. Firstly, when I'm moving, if there is some of the other threat to us, I don't want to be wondering where he is. I can feel exactly where he is right here, and completely by accident what has happened is I've learned that I can also clench and grab him there if something spooks him or he runs off, so it just gives me a second more to respond to him. Chances are I'm not going to have a lead for him if something happens or something goes wrong. But if he is in center heel, then I can actually control him a little better, and it's really easy to get him to pivot as well. So we've done pivots as well, and I'm going to show you that shortly. To get him into center heel in the first place, what I've done is I've used 2 kibbles, 1 in each hand, and I've basically lured him around my leg with the 1 kibble and only given him the kibble that is in the center hand. So like this, center, here, and then I just bring the 2 kibbles around at the back and then only feed him once he gets to center. Good. All right, so that's how I've taught him center, and then we've just been working on a bit of mobility in center heel. Okay, how about this? Heel. Good. Center. Good. On me. Good. No kibble that time. What? Did I drop it? Where did it go? How come I got nothing? Here. On me. Good boy. And then to get him to heel, just to refine it, or to get him into center, if he was over here, for example, what I've done is I've just gone on me and then done a little turn there, pushed him back, and then we've also been working in backwards walking, so we can actually do that. On me. Good. Let's go. Backwards. Very good. Very good. Center. The other thing that I've been doing is I've been teaching him right way around center, left way around center. So if there is an obstacle in the way, I can go center and he'll go center toward the left. Good. One other thing I do carry, but this is just a prop for, well, it's a gas gun. For training exercises, we use training tools. So this is a training exercise. For me to be able to go through a doorway, for example, if I'm needing to leave the house at whatever hour, I need to actually be able to clear the doorway. Now I've got 0 concealment here. That is actually closed off there. So as long as I'm here, I'm concealed from whatever is that side, and as he's moving now, I'm actually holding him between my legs. So that's why I'm saying I like him in center heel, because I can actually control him a little bit better, especially for training purposes. And if there is someone in the house, he'll be more excitable. So for him to be in center heel, that is ideal to me. Also, special thanks to Gunnery Arms and Ammo for the cool hat. It really is a cool hat. Where are you going? We're supposed to be training. Hand. Center. Good boy. Right, so now he's between my legs. Now we can move together as a team. I like to be able to do pivots on a wall. We do the same thing with a horse when you're teaching them to turn on the forehand. I'm using a lot of my legs to help him to turn and to know what I want him to do. So I would basically break him on his shoulder on the side where I don't want him to turn to, and then I'll put pressure on my back leg so that he knows we're turning in that direction. So let's say I need to go through this doorway. I need him to actually be able to pivot with me and to move with me, because here I'm very exposed, I've got no concealment. So I ideally want to come from that side, but I need him to move with me. Hand, up, good, let's go. If there's something on the other side that spooks me, he's got to immediately pick up that my movements are changing, and we need to actually then walk backwards. Hand, center, center, come, come, good, good, let's go, good, let's go, backwards, good, good, let's go, come, center, come, good, let's go, come. Good boy. The other thing that's been important to me in center heel is to get him to be able to crawl and to be able to wait for me if I need him to wait somewhere. So just remove all of this stuff out of the way. In reality, you might be on like really rocky or really terrible terrain if this happens, and maybe you need to just stay low or keep a low profile, and that's why you've had to do it. Center. Good. Let's go. Down. Down. Good. Crawl. Crawl. Good boy. Good. Backwards. We haven't done that one yet. Good. Center. Good boy. Good. Let's go. Good. Backwards. Let's go. Good boy. To teach him to go backwards, I've had the lure and then I've just kind of pushed him back. It helps if your hand is lower. I don't know, he's just responded really well to that, so I suppose that has been sufficient. Up. Let's go. Good. Backwards. Good. Forwards. Down. Good. Crawl. Crawl. Down. Down. Crawl. Crawl. Good boy. Center. Good. Let's go. Backwards. Backwards. Center. Forward. Down. 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 Good. Wait. Up. Let's go. Good. Backwards. Good boy. Very good. So on hand signals, it's really important for me to get him to be able to wait. And to just respond to hand signals instead of verbal commands. Yes. Good boy. Very good. So I've been training him on hand signals as well, and I've been trying to incorporate them in everything that we do, and sometimes during the day I'll randomly just use hand signals to teach him stuff. So I had a discussion with the vet about harnesses. As much as I like this one, because it's got the cutouts and it allows for more of the natural biomechanics of the shoulder blade, it is important to remember that dogs don't have a ball and socket shoulder joint. So it's not bad for them to have a tactical harness on that has a little bit more. I wouldn't overload them. He's a puppy. I don't want to overwork him. You can see his concentration fails after like 15 minutes. He's just like, okay, well, can we just do something else? So it has been important to not overdo it. I am getting him used to training in this one. Chances are, if in the middle of the night I need to evacuate the house for whatever reason, I'm not going to have time to put a harness on him at all. So he needs to be able to do everything that I need him to do with or without a harness. You can actually train dogs to associate a specific harness with a specific task. That's our Tupperware. Can I have this one for a minute, seeing as you're standing here? So I've put some really cool pockets on here. They are nice if you're going on a hike and you need to put some poop bags or something in there. That's our Tupperware. There's no more food in there. We finished the food. Yeah, we did. We finished the food. Now it's finished. You had your dinner already. No, Hunt, that's enough. Come on. So what the pockets are cool for is I've got some treats in here. You want some treats? They're nice. I can actually take it off and put it on my belt as well. And this one actually folds open into quite a big bag. So if he's made a lot of poos, I can actually put the poop bags in here as well, and he can go ahead and carry his own poop, because I have actually ended up carrying his poop around quite far in my jacket pocket. So having a nice harness like this is cool, just for the utility purposes, but for most of the time, if we're going walking, then something like this is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with a tactical harness like this one. It's got some really cool patches as well. That's the kitty. That's Junie. Yeah, we take Junie with us when we go walking. So I'm just getting him used to this one systematically. There are advantages to both. I can actually use this one to help him up and down spaces where, for example, we need to climb over some of the other obstacle, or I need to help him in and out of the car or something like that. Then something like this is nice because it's got a nice strap here. It actually had another handle here, which I'm kind of sad that I removed, because sometimes you could use the two handles to just lift him front and back, or sometimes I'll just grab his back leg and help him up wherever. But both harnesses are perfectly fine. I know the working dogs, literal like assistant dogs, they only start wearing a harness at I think 18 months, but it is a really heavy leather harness that they end up wearing, and it also allows for, it's called a mobility harness. It also allows for whoever is, what are you doing? Still with the bowl. It allows for whoever is being assisted by the dog to actually be able to lean on the dog as well. So for that purpose, for a mobility harness and for being able to assist a person in walking or guiding them like a guide dog would, I wouldn't start using a mobility harness before their epiphyseal plates have sealed. And he's only fused at around 12 months. So there are different harnesses, they have different purposes. You can train the dog to associate a certain harness with a certain purpose. Are you taking the bowl somewhere? Please don't walk into my camera. This one, for example, when we're training mobility, I like to put this one on him just so that he understands we're working now. Tracking harnesses can be used to indicate to the dog that we're now going to track someone. And then once the tracking harness is on, they associate the tracking harness with a specific task. So it's just learning like certain behaviors depending on what kind of harness they are in. So you can teach the dog that. For our purposes, the chances that if something happens in the middle of the night, I'm going to have time to put a harness on him is highly unlikely. So I need him to be able to do everything I'm teaching him with or without a harness. If you've liked this video and you found value here, remember to hit like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button so that you're notified every time we post something new to the channel. Also, remember to follow me on Instagram. There's a lot of the everyday live ready stuff that goes on there. And until the next time, live ready. Good boy. You're so good. Can I give a kiss?